great teacher who stay close by my side like a beeper. The only one who cared to see us all become achievers. Often advising that we don't become cheaters, but that we use our minds before we lose it, and never abuse the talent given, which was the rhythm. Listening to my intuition, telling me to become a musician. So with that I gained a little confidence, earned a few compliments, and now the haters lip box. Ain't got time to be arguing, 2 pens and a dead set. Now we rap battling, and I became known as the freestyle champion. I was sick, man, I swear I needed medicine. Motivated by Nas, I swear I wrote it all, and that's where it all began. Few years later, met my best friend. I remember we had a bar tighter than lynches. Not to mention the people digged us like trenches. Talent sought their attention, and we fed on food for thought straight out the kitchen. I remember. Hey, I remember. Yeah. Hey, I remember. Hey, I remember. I remember. Back in the day. School's out and now it's time for graduation. Never felt so much anticipation, cause my 8th grade teacher said I wouldn't make it. True enough, my diploma was male UPS brown. Never seen my dad so down, all because I fought instead of letting the kid bully me around. Pride goes before destruction, and mine needed construction, cause I swear I tried to beat that nigga into a concussion. That was my at least I started to swing, but the next thing I was in a full Nelson place by the dean named Mr. Hendrix, who later gave me an attention and suspended me upon mistreatment. I told them dudes started it, but them they wouldn't believe me. Stereotype because of my history, saying they couldn't wait to laugh at my calamity. I begged and pleaded, they let me stay. Principal took no delay to send me home on graduation. Later progression elevated to a skill change where produce haters. Some saying I wouldn't make it, their words degraded. My soul was motivating me to be a great entertainer, but I ain't Cedric, no jokes telling, just a young cat on his dad's laptop rapping in the basement, amazed at hip-hop and its vibrations. From the 808s that cause gyrations of the hips and the lips that spit.
Everyone put your hands in the air like this.
I swear it was a hit, only 14 years old with so much soul, with so much flows. Was